All right, so in this video, I'm going to be walking through exactly what I'm going to be eating as soon as I finish my bodybuilding show, which is in 5 days. So I'm super excited. But before we get into that, and also I have two screens right here. So if it looks like I'm looking this way, that's actually the camera. So I'm going to try to look into the camera. But like my main screen, which has the whole presentation and everything on it, is right here. So I'm going to be going back and forth between the two to make sure I'm good. So just so that's out of the way. First things first, I feel like everyone thinks that the diet, it ends when the show ends. But what people don't realize is that you've literally just your body's like just come out of surgery. Like your metabolism is suppressed, your hormones are in shock. And instead of recovery, most people, they just throw themselves straight into like a buffet and they start like going absolutely crazy when it comes to the eats, you know? And what happens is within a few days, you can gain like 20 pounds. I was on the phone last night with my coach and he was telling me that I really need to be careful because I'm someone who's very prone to gaining a lot of water weight, and it's the water that's going to kill me post-show. And I can easily gain 20 pounds, and 15 of those pounds can be like water in like the first like 3 days with how much I can eat. Because what happens is you eat a lot of food, it's high in sodium, it's high in carbs, and carbs and sodium, for those of you who kind of like know a little bit about fitness, they absorb water and they hold on to water. So you're just going to be having a bunch of carbs, having a bunch of sodium, because a lot of junk food has sodium and carbs in it. And then now your body's just like full of water. And it also hurts your joints because it's going to be a lot of inflammation. And so training is going to be a little bit more difficult. And then when you look in the mirror, you see yourself and you're like a fat piece of shit. And then you feel even worse about yourself and you're like, yeah, screw this. Like, let me keep eating some more. And you just fall into this negative cycle. So what I need to do is before I get to that point, I want to take a step back and make sure I'm planning out exactly what I'm going to be eating just so it's controlled. And I'm going to show you guys how you can go from, you know, a crazy diet, which is what I was doing right now, preparing from the High Rocks race to a bodybuilding show in literally just 4 weeks. And I'm going to show you guys how you can go from that in order to kind of like bringing everything back to equilibrium. And then not only fixing the diet, fixing the hormones and fixing everything that you need to fix, but doing it in a way where you preserve the body as well. Because at the end of the day, I did a lot of cardio, man. And if I just became fat tomorrow, I'd be pretty upset because I'm like, all those hours I spent on the treadmill, I don't want to just give that up because obviously if I am in good shape, I can make good content and I can make a whole lot of other stuff. There's a lot of benefits that come with being in really top 1% shape. So I want to try to keep that and preserve that for as much as I possibly can. Obviously, I understand I'm going to have to bulk and I'm going to have to put on more mass and more size, especially if I plan to do another bodybuilding show next year. But for the most part, I want to try to keep what I can. Okay? So with that being said, and that out of the way, let's get into, wait, hold on. Before we get into anything, I need you guys to peep me. This is me like a week ago. So, you guys see this, man. I don't even gotta say much. I don't really gotta say much, man. But this is me with like no pump, just like flexing. You guys can see the arms, the chest, me doing my thing. You see the legs, the hammies popping. I got the freaking, look at the feet. I got the freaking veins on the calves, man. How many men do you see with veins on the calves, bro? So I got that. Here, some comparison pictures when I was working with coach and he was helping me fix up my posing. You guys can see, I got the glutes. Look at my glutes, bro. I just lines on my glutes, fam. So we got that. Obviously, looking nice and lean. Got the fish grills. Cool. Back, Christmas tree, doing our thing. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get into the eats. This is what you guys came for. So first things first, we got this thing called Show Day Eats. So this is literally one of my notes that I have on my phone. I literally just took the screenshot. It's called Show Day Eats. And so this is everything I'm going to be eating show day, or what I want to eat show day. So first thing is post show, I told myself to bring my digestive enzymes and my berberine and RALA. So for those of you that don't know, berberine is something that kind of like reduces your insulin sensitivity, and then RALA kind of like helps double down on that effect. And then the digestive enzyme just helps you actually break down the food. Cool. So now that that's out of the way, in my head, I'm just like, okay, if I'm going to be eating like crazy, because obviously, post-show, I'm making this presentation, but don't think I'm not going crazy. Like, I am going crazy, but I'm going to try to go crazy with some limiters, if that makes sense. So post-show, I'm bringing my enzymes, I'm bringing my stuff so I can digest my food properly. So that's going to be the goal. So for the restaurant, I actually just got an email today or sorry, I got a call. They called me today and they said that they're closing down the restaurant for the rest of the day. Sorry, for the rest of the season, which is like kind of weird. And so that got canceled. So I can't really do that no more. So we're gonna have to figure something out. So I'm gonna have to find a new restaurant. Ideally, so this place called Ted Reader. It's this place in Whitby, which is where the show is. It's like Texas barbecue. And I was in Houston in March earlier this year, and man, I love Texas barbecue. I love Texas barbecue. So that's kind of one of the first things I want to have after my show. Another thing that's good about the barbecue is that there's a lot of meat. So like, brisket, beef ribs, stuff like that. So I'd rather fill up on protein first as opposed to going to an all-you-can-eat like pizza place, for example. And so then cookies. So there's this one bakery in France. For those of you that don't know, I speak French. Okay, so French is my second language. I've been to France like many times. Probably at least at this point, probably close to like 10, 12-ish times I've been to France. And then also my girl's from France as well. And so whenever I'd go to visit her back in the day, she's in Canada now, but like when I would go to visit her back in the day, there's always this one bakery store that we'd go to called the Fabrique Cookies. And they have this one called the I sound like such a fat piece of shit, but anyways, that's like my favorite cookies of all time. My favorite cookies. So she's gonna see if she can get some cookies shipped from France in time for the show. So that'd be really cool. I put a picture of the cookies too, so you guys can see what they look like. I know it might not look crazy to you, but yo, this shit means something to me, for real. This means something to me, for real. So yeah, that's that. And then there's this place called Andrea's Cookies here in Toronto. Super gas. Shit, man. Shit so gas, bro. And then there's another place called Robert Street Cookies. Like, bro, like, I don't really gotta say too much, man. But these places are tough. Some of my favorite cookie spots in Toronto. There's this place called Kai Kai's Cookies. It's always at these bodybuilding shows. It's cool. Like, they have this one cookie butter one that I've been thinking of a lot. So I'm kind of been thinking about that guy a little bit. So I kind of want him. I want 2 of those, and I want 1 sprinkle cookie. And then I was just like, yo, crumble cookie? They're doing the thing too, man. So why not? Crumble. Let me see if I can peep the lineup real quick. That's the one cool thing about this. I can actually like search stuff up while I'm recording this. Okay, crumble cookie. So this is the closest one we got. Let's check the weekly. The weekly menu. Okay, national flavors. Okay, semi-sweet looks calm. French toast. This looks interesting. I actually wouldn't mind this one. Ooh, chocolate peanut butter brownie features Reese's Pieces. That looks tough. Ooh, Halloween confetti milkshake. That looks tough too. Cookie dough cookie. Yo, cookie dough cookie. Yo, secret menu this week. Wait, specialty flavors. Monday to Wednesday, Thursday to Saturday. Game day cookie. I'm not really the biggest fan of like the chocolate ones like that. That's whatever to me. But cinnamon. But yo, chocolate peanut butter Reese's cookie, man. That one tough. Let me peep Andrea's cookies and see what the menu is for this week. Oh, yo, they got my favorite one. Yo, they got dulce de leche, cinnamon roll. I've never had that one, but I've heard it's really good. Oh, yo, they got good flavors this week, bro. They got Kinder too, and oh my gosh, yo. Let me see Robert Street real quick. Robert Street cookies. Let me see what the lineup for Robert Street is. Okay. Lemon meringue. Okay. Pretzel toffee chocolate. That's fire. Pumpkin spice fire. Banana bread. Yo, that looks really good. Okay, so I'm gonna stop by here. I'm cool with the owner of Robert Street. She's really nice. I'm pretty sure her name is Stephanie. Yeah, really nice. Anyways, cool. So that's that. So those are the cookies, man. So I need my cookies. And and then for donuts, okay. For donuts, we got a couple things. So number one thing I need to touch is this place called Fab's Donuts, man. Fab's Donuts. It's one of the best donut spots here in Toronto. Probably the best donut spot in Toronto. You can literally see by the reviews, 4.98, like 900 stars. These guys are absolutely insane. I'm really good friends. I wouldn't say I'm really good friends, but I'm good friends with the people who own this place. So we chat every now and then. He was wishing me good luck for my show, and I'm gonna go to Fab's Donuts probably beforehand. before the show, just to kind of like, you know, say what's up. He was wishing me good luck and everything, so he's super, super kind, super, super nice. Let me show you guys what these guys are. I need something that like does it justice, because yo, they be going crazy, bro. Okay, you know what? Let's leave that aside for a sec. I actually to put a picture. Yeah, this is Fab's Donuts. I don't know if you guys can tell how crazy this is, but this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Anyways, let's go back. So I got a couple donuts that I want. There's this other spot in Whippy. It's called Crave Donuts. Craved. Yo, I feel like such a fat piece of shit just like searching up and showing you guys all this stuff, but hey man, had to be done. So this place popped up on my FYP. This place looks cool too. You know, a couple donuts, you know what I mean? I wasn't like anything crazy per se. Like again, I've never had this before, so I wouldn't know. I don't have the ability to judge. And then there's this other spot called Bakery Nakamura. It's a Japanese bakery in Markham. For those of you that don't know, I'm really in touch with my Japanese side or my Asian side. So my Asian people, my Asian folk, lots of love for y'all if y'all are watching this. So this is a Japanese bakery. I'm a big fan of Japanese food, specifically their bakeries, because their desserts are very light and fresh, and you don't necessarily have that super heavy / oily feeling you get when you would normally touch, like I don't know, like have a regular donut or something like that. In terms of pizza, the one pizza I've been really craving. Hold on, check me out. We got Afros. This is like a picture of Afros pizza. If you guys seen, I think the last video that I dropped yesterday, which is when I went with Ayo, who was helping with my posing, and then we went to go get pizza afterwards. He had the chicken and waffles pizza with watermelon. This is like, I'm not even sure what pizza this is. This looks like chicken and waffle pizzas. Yeah, this looks like chicken and waffle pizza. Those are the watermelon pieces. That's the fried chicken pieces. So that's good. There's this other place that I had when I was in Montreal. Yeah, it's called Pizza Tony. Let me see if I can find what I was looking for. So there's this one pizza spot I had in Montreal. The thing about these guys that I really, really loved was, if you peep this, if you look at their crust, it's like a bagel. It's like a Montreal bagel crust, and they put honey on it. So I've been really thinking about that a lot. And I was like, okay, yo, who in Toronto has that? And so what I found is there's this place called Maker's Pizza. So I might get Maker's Pizza as well on the Sunday after. And then I have Eats from Home. So I'm going to be cooking up a lot with my girl. So first things first, I want to have some cream and rice. Some of my oats. It's my favorite meal of all prep. So I want to have that. There's a chocolate Biscoff cake from Loblaws that it's been calling my name. So I need to, you know, tap in with him and make sure he's good. And just give him a little that sounds kind of weird. Okay, look. Just taste it. See how it is. That's one of the things. And then I want to make some Biscoff cinnamon rolls with my girl. And then also bake a honey bun cake with my girl. And then there's there's some other stuff that we're trying to make too. So we want to make some Biscoff ice cream sandwiches. So today is Monday, the day of this video being filmed. And so Biscoff ice cream sandwiches, I'm going to make some right now. And I'm going to make some salted caramels. So I want to actually try to make this cookie from scratch because I love it so much. And so do you see these little pieces right here? I'm going to try to make those right now. So I'm pretty sure in order to make these, I need condensed milk. I already have the ingredients. Why am I like pretending? I got the ingredients already. So I'm going to make these tonight. I'm going to freeze them. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to make the dough for these cookies. So I'm going to make the salted caramel cookie dough for this cookie. I'm going to make birthday cake dough as well. I'm going to make stuffed Oreo cookie dough as well. And then these are going to be chilling in the fridge until Friday in the morning. And then Thursday, I saw some recipes for Biscoff brookies and cheesecake brownies. And so we're going to make those on Thursday and then cool them in the fridge overnight. And then we're going to slice them on Friday. And so Friday is going to be the bake day. So I'm going to wake up early, start baking some of the cookies, start baking some of the brookies and the brownies. And then I'm going to pack everything, because Friday, what happens is I'm going to do my last minute rounds, probably going to go to Fab's Donuts, going to go to Andrea's Cookies, going to go to Robert Street Cookies, do my thing. And then from there, what I'm going to do is pack everything into a bag, and then we're going to go to the hotel. So my girl and I are going to go to the hotel. Typically, like what bodybuilders do before their show is you go to the hotel a day before, you register, you check in, they check your height so they can verify what class you need to be in. They check your weight so they can verify if you have to move up in class or if you have to move down. For example, you guys know when boxers fight, right? You can't say, like, there's weight classes for a reason. You have the heavyweight, the open weight, lightweight. And so I can tell them like, oh, yo, I'm 230 pounds, but they need to verify that. And if I'm like 231 pounds, it'll be like, oh, you're over the weight limit for your class, so you have to move up. So let's just say you're doing lightweight, right? And the lightweight, I'm not even, or heavyweight. Let's just say the heavyweight limit is 220 pounds. If I come in at 222, well, I got to do super heavyweight now. I don't have a choice. And so you register a day before, and they come and they, whatchamacallit, they will like put you in the right class, depending on how much you weigh. Cool. So now that that's done, and kind of out the way, oh, yo, I want to show you guys my For You page. This is literally my For You page. Oh, sorry, not my For You page. This is my saved posts. So literally, you guys can see, I got a couple. It's literally just either bodybuilding stuff, like bodybuilding stuff. I guess that's me. I be saving my posts sometimes so I can, refer to it, kind of boost the algorithm, make the video perform a little bit better. I don't know. Who knows at this point? But you can see it's literally just like all food. I'm just like saving shit that I'm like, yo, like I need to eat this, fam. Like I need to eat this. So I think you see right here, these Oreo cookies, that's what I'm gonna make with my girl. I'm gonna make those with my girl. This is the cheesecake brookies. I'm gonna make those with my girl too. These are the whatchamacallit, some brookies as well that I'm gonna make with my girl. And oh shit, these are cheesecake. Cookie butter cheesecake brownies. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, that's a shit. Like, bro, why am I pretend like I didn't save this stuff? I'm trying to be like surprised as in like, oh wow, like that looks so good. It's like, nah, I watched all these videos like many, many times. And this is my TikTok. This is one of the recipes I was looking at, the salted caramel. That one looks crazy. These are the Biscoff ice cream cookie bars, which look absolutely delectable. And then some sugar cookies that I was looking to make. Some Biscoff cookies I was looking to make too. Yeah, brown butter brookies. I don't know if you guys can really... I feel like the quality isn't really doing this justice, but anyways. That is what I'm planning to have post-show. So I'm planning to consume all of this within the first 48 hours. But, oh, my bad. I realized that I wasn't even looking at you guys the whole time. I was looking at like the screen. I was just looking at the food. My fault. I'm going to try to look here now because this is where the camera is. So let me move this down. All right, so we're going to do something called a reverse diet. And so the goal is going to be, with this bodybuilding show, is to rebuild my metabolism and just not get fat. So reverse dieting is really just getting my recovery in with control. And so what happens when you're in a prep stage is, so I want you to like imagine like a roller coaster, okay? So you're in prep. It's like you're going high and high. And then you see that little point right here? That's the top. That's when you're at peak physique. That's like your body is peak physique, okay? That's when you're at the summit, before the big drop. And so then the show is kind of like where all the action takes place. That's where like, you're going down that roller coaster. And then you're going to have like these little spikes. But what you want to make sure you're doing is you don't keep going down. You want to make sure you're able to spike and slowly climb back up. So just for reference, the higher you are, typically the better your body looks, okay? And so your body's going to look its best, its absolute best during prep, okay? And right before you step on stage, like that's when you should be looking your best because you want to obviously come on stage with your best package. Cool. So that's out the way. And so with that being said, as you start eating food, like junk food and stuff after your show, your body's going to come down like you're on a roller coaster. But hopefully it can start to spike back up if you start doing the right things. So prep is going to drop your food and hormones. Reverse dieting is going to restore them slowly. Cool? That's why reverse dieting matters. I'll make sure this is like super simple for you and easy for you guys to understand. So I'm going to be doing something called a 4-week climb, which is just something I literally made up as I was making this presentation. So week 0 is going to be like my show baseline. So again, this is just an example. I didn't use my actual numbers. I'm eating less calories than this just because, you guys, I literally was doing a high rocks race, okay? So I didn't really have a 16-week period to prep the same, take my time in order to lose this weight that a lot of other people had. So I had to go super aggressive. So I was eating like 1,700 calories a day, 1650 some days, 1,700 calories a day, 1,800 calories some days. But then some days I'd have like 3,000 calories to kind of like rev my metabolism back up. So this is just an example. I want to make sure the numbers are clean, just so it's easy to understand. So week 0 is going to be a show day. So that's going to be 2,000 calories like as a baseline. Cool. That's cool, right? And then week 1, what we want to do is, for week 0, you can obviously, you go crazy for like a day or two. Don't make sure it's not more than like 2 or 3 days. So you do that, and then you start tracking your calories again. It doesn't have to be fully perfect, but more or less. And to start eating like more whole foods. Like my plan is I want to get back on like whole foods and like eating clean by like the 3rd day. So my show's on Saturday. I can pig out on Saturday. I can go crazy on Sunday. But by the time Monday rolls around, I'm back to eating like eggs, cucumbers, and stuff like that. But I'll have it in higher quantities. So I'm not going to be as restrictive because I don't necessarily need to lose a whole lot of weight. Now I'll be in a phase where I need to actually gain weight and gain muscle and gain size. So I'll have to be eating a little bit more. So week 1, 2,150 calories, cool. And then week 2, 2,300 calories. Week 3, 2,450. So as you can see, I'm adding numbers slowly onto my weight until I get back up to my maintenance. And so my new maintenance should be a lot higher because my body's going to have, more like lean mass, like the overall body fat percentage. Sorry, I'm not explaining this well at all. But there should be less fat theoretically on my body. And so I can eat more, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like that's the most basic way to say it, and I definitely did not explain that properly, so do not come for me. Like, if you're, like, some kind of, like, one of those scientific nerd dudes who's, like, bro, like, I don't care. Like, anyways. Then, some of the other stuff we want to take care of is protein. So, right now, my normal weight is, like, 240 pounds. So, I'm, like, 213 pounds right now. Like, it's 27 pounds in the last, like, month. Like, which is kind of crazy. Like, I lost almost 30 pounds in a month. And this is without doing any, like... I wasn't doing like Stairmaster for 2 hours. I was just walking, bro. I was walking and playing Pokemon on my iPad. Like, I was just doing my thing. But I'm going to keep my protein fixed around 230 grams per day. That's a non-negotiable. Like, got to hit that every single day. In terms of my carbs, I'm going to be adding those first each and every single week. So once the protein's fixed, before I start to add in like calories from the fats and before I start to add in calories from the other stuff, I want to be adding in calories from the carbs. Cool. My cardio, I need to drop that 10 minutes per week. And then I want to make sure I'm tracking my morning weight. I can do like a 3-day average, a 3-day moving average. But I'm planning to continue to just do daily, just daily weight. And it's just a habit at this point, and I prefer it that way just because I know what's happening. When you weigh yourself every day, you can see your fluctuations, and it's a lot easier to have an idea of like, okay, what exactly is going on with my body, and what needs to change. So if I keep like going up, if my weight keeps like jumping up, then I'm gonna hold my calories. But if my weight's like staying the same and it's whatever, then I can slowly start to increase. Or if my weight even starts to go down, I can continue to increase my calories. So every single week I'll do like a little evaluation. So I'll see, okay, I kept my calories more or less at like 2,000 this week. How did I do? My weight didn't really go up. Okay, so I can increase by 150. My weight went down and I increased by 150. Oh, sure, I can increase by a little bit more. And so that's just showing that my metabolism is, finally my hormones are coming back. My metabolism is revving, as my coach loves to say. And I can continue to add on calories to my maintenance, to find my true maintenance. And hopefully I'm at a point where my maintenance, I'm getting to a maintenance of like 4,000 calories, 5,000 calories. And anything below that, I'm like actually losing weight. And that'll make my next bodybuilding show way, way, way easier. If I can cut on like 3,000 calories, awesome. Like, who wouldn't want that? So anyways, so once that's done, then we get to this stage, which is the real win. Because anyone can diet hard, but only few can stay disciplined when the diet ends. The peak week, aka the last week of the bodybuilding show, it's going to test your grind. And it's going to test, it's testing me right now. Shit, like I got 5 days out to my show and it's testing like everything I got. But the reverse week and reverse weeks, because it's not just a 1 week then, it's a weeks. As you could see, you got a couple weeks. This is just in 4 weeks, but a good reverse should be maybe like a month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe depending on, where my body's at with stuff. But the reverse week is going to really test my maturity when it comes to everything. At the end of the day, the end goal is going to be to rebuild my strength, my hormones, and my sanity while I keep this look that I earned. While I keep this look that I earned, man. Where is this? While I keep this look that I earned, man. You guys, I earned this shit, bro. I earned, this is me, man. I literally look like this without a pump. Like, not even flexing. Like, dead ass, not even, I just look like this. Or I look like this now, but I'm hoping that I look like this after the show and after I eat everything that you see right here. I'm hoping that by the time I consume all this, I continue to look like this. So, I just want to give you guys that little update in terms of, you know, what I'm planning to do post show, because I feel like a lot of people are wondering. I said I was gonna do like a little bit of a world tour and like, you know, go to like all the restaurants on my list and everything. I had a huge list full of restaurants, but then I realized I was like, yo, like, what's the point of just, one of the things my coach always says, and I'm super thankful he said this because it's just really stuck with me ever since he told me, he's like, yo, the food is always gonna be there. Like the food, like, it's not running. And so even right now, like, that was one of the things that helped get me through this prep, because in my head, I'm just looking at all these people who are posting when they go to restaurants on their Instagram stories, and they're posting this or posting that. I'm like, man, that looks amazing. Even you guys see me so many different times, so many of these different videos where I'm out with my friends. Like even in Io, like 2 days ago, I was out with Io, and he's literally eating pizza in front of my face, and it smells amazing. And I really want to bite, but I can't because I got a bigger mission at hand at the moment. Or when I went to do the Spartan race, I did a Spartan race in the Spartan race vlog I posted. And, you know, Deshaun and my boy Brandon, they're literally like eating pizza, pasta and stuff in front of me. And I'm hungry. I just finished like a 10-kilometer race. I'm 2 hours away from home. And I know when I get home, I have to work out and I have to eat like eggs and spinach. You know what I mean? So when I truly understood that the food is always going to be there, like, it's calm. Because the one thing he said is that the opportunity that you have to be able to diet the way you're dieting right now, and to be able to push yourself and to be able to compete at this show and be competitive for this bodybuilding show, like, you're not always going to have the opportunity. And so because of that, focus on that and you can worry about the food after. And so this is me worrying about the food. This is after. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it right and that I'm not going to destroy all my progress, because that's obviously very important to me, because I want to be able to make really, really cool content, you know, shirt off, and not feel insecure, not feel like, oh man, like 2 weeks ago I was looking amazing, now I look like shit. Like, I don't want to feel like that. And so in order to not feel like that, you got to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Or if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. No, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yeah, that's where it goes. So yeah, that's literally it. That's the video. 5 days out, feeling nice, feeling ready. Honestly, I wish the show was like tomorrow. Like, I just want the shit to be over with so I can like eat. But I'm grateful for the process so far. It's been cool. I have a cool week. I have a cool little week planned ahead of me. I obviously got to be getting a haircut, getting a braid up as well, getting a haircut. I'm gonna exfoliate my skin. What else am I gonna do? Whatchamacallit? Manicure. I'm gonna get my girls to like do my nails or something like that. Manicure, mani-pedi, a little mani-pedi action. What else? Hotel check-in, hotel registration, which would be cool. And then obviously just like grabbing the food. So that's gonna be all for me. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Appreciate all the support so far. And yeah, I can't wait to show you guys me actually enjoying after all this deprivation. So tapping with you guys later, and have a good rest of your night.